those hands and lights can't stop me. I'll just hold on for dear life. Yeah, I can't give up this feeling that I get when looking down from the sky. Now with you, now with you, that I get when looking down from the sky.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 21 of the Down Fast podcast here on the Chiltern Trainspotters, one of the best podcasts on YouTube. So, yes, our topics today are
ScotRail's moving to state ownership, more TfL funding, electrification plans for the UK, no end in sight for the Eurostar crisis, and there's been a Merseyrail crash.
yes. So it is so I am joined by the interview. So it's me, Liam,
Hi.
and Alfie.
You alright?
Yes, and so yeah, I think we'll get straight into our first topic, which is that ScotRail is to be renationalised under state ownership. So the Scottish Government has decided to keep ScotRail under public control when the present Abellio franchise is terminated, using a break point in the contract a year from now. So the franchise is presently being supported under the Emergency Measures Agreement with cost paid and revenue collected by Transport Scotland, which is basically the government, in return for a management fee, so the same as what's happening in the UK at the minute. So we didn't cover this exact thing last time, but we did cover ScotRail and how they're planning to phase out. Oh, what was it? Oh yeah, they got their guards are basically going on strike for their pay, and then this is just another step towards, I guess you could say the whole railways renationalisation. So we know that in in the UK, England at the minute, all the railways are currently state owned and ran, so technically nationalised, not owned by the train operating company, which is what has been happening with LNER and Northern for the past few years anyway. But yeah, I mean, it'll be good to see funding like, you know, we could see what it would be like when if the whole railways if all the railways get renationalised or if the franchises get returned. I mean, Liam, what do you think? What do you think of more railways getting renationalised?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea because if they're publicly owned, there's less chance of things going wrong, and that because of COVID, obviously not many people are travelling. And last year, LNER did a sale, so like 10 of York returns, which was like really good. So
Yeah.
yeah, if more companies did that, and they're state owned, so
hmm
yeah, pretty much.
Alfie, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a good thing that it's being renationalised.
Uh, yeah.
Just so put more money back into the railways, really.
Southern Transport 466 says, I think the entire UK railway network, the entire UK railway needs to be renationalised, or at least Scotland and England. Well, Wales is already going to be renationalised. I think we did that last time, covered that last time. So Transport for Wales is going under state ownership, and currently in the UK, everything is all the rail operators are being run by the government under like the emergency measures thing because of COVID, and Scotland obviously would be covered here, but obviously in the England it might not go back to it might go back to privatization. I mean, we'll just have to see after COVID. I mean, stuff's opening back up now on the stuff's opening back up now on 29th of March, 12th of April on the railway. So hopefully we'll see some kind of improvement and we'll see what happens. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we've all done. I think, yeah, we've all done LNER after it's been renationalised, and well, yeah, because it was Virgin before, wasn't it? So, yeah, we've all done LNER. I mean, I don't really think there's been a significant. I mean, Liam, do you think there's been a significant improvement or worsening of the service from Virgin East Coast?
Personally, no, but I never got on for VTEC, so
Yeah,
I've got no opinion.
I mean, I think I did Virgin East Coast a few times, and I don't think they're not. I don't really see any difference. I mean, their website's the same, just with a different, with kind of like an NER overlay. For the 91s and HC4, they were phased out. They had the exact same interior, but with just in first class and LNER. You know, don't you call it
Mm.
headrests? And I don't know. I didn't really see any major differences. I guess. I mean, I think LNER is still run by the same. So it's like David. What's his name? David
Horn.
Horn is the manager, and he is like yeah, and he still has like it still is the CEO manager, but it's funded and has the government have overriding control, and I think similar with Northern. But yeah, I'm not completely sure. I mean, Alfie, what have you seen any differences between Virgin East Coast and LNER?
I mean, I preferred East Coast to both Virgin and
Yeah,
what's it,
the
and
original East Coast.
LNER.
Yeah.
Yeah, the East Coast trains. It's a better service overall.
Mm.
But I prefer the first class seats and standard class seats in
Yeah,
LNER
definitely. I think the
to
Mm.
yeah,
zero time.
I think the 91. I think no, I think the when it was East Coast there, I think they had like a Mallard refurbishment when they went to GNER, and they never had a refurbishment after that. So I think the seats are getting were getting a little bit worn. So I think the Virgin East Coast refurbishment was really nice. They are running about reletting the Northern franchise. That's interesting. N176.
Mm.
I mean, it'd be interesting to see who to, but if it was like, I guess it
They're
would.
on about making Northern, Chiltern, Grand Central government owned, all the Arriva company.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because I mean,
No.
Northern got their Northern was Arriva before and got their franchise taken away, but yeah, I mean, I think Chiltern and Grand Central are doing all right. I mean, Grand Central resumed its services. So was it today? Yeah, services today between London and Bradford and Sunderland. So yeah, because the rules are changing on the 29th, and so that's Monday, and hopefully we'll see an increase in you know um the Grand Central movements and trains again because they cut their services in the first lockdown as well as the second one. Good riddance to Arriva then. I mean, At Chiltern, I don't think Arriva do too bad of a job at doing Chiltern and managing Chiltern. I mean, there are a few people we know that just don't think that the way that Chiltern is run is is right, and that there are so many things that could be done better. But personally, I'm not sure because Chiltern. I don't think Chiltern, because when Chiltern was first privatized, it wasn't. It was like a. I think it was like a separate. I don't know what you call it. Separate company, separate brand. Didn't have. And I might be completely wrong, but didn't have like Arriva as a parent company. But
Mm.
it's the longest running franchise in the UK, so we'll see. It'll be interesting to see what happens if they lose it to the government and what the government did to it. They won't spend any money in record the stock, yeah, but I guess that's because the franchise is ending in at the end of this year, isn't it? So that, I mean, that's their excuse, I guess, for not wanting to spend any money. And the 172s are going over to West Midlands soon, apparently. So we'll see what
Yeah, they'll be
im
going on Lee.
we'll see what impact that has on our
Yeah.
service. I know the 172s. I think because the story is they had London Overground had 4 172s that they didn't need or something like that. So they just gave them to Chiltern, and I think they do fit really well. I mean, obviously they can't be fit with Trickots because of their bogies. So um, yeah, but I don't
Mm.
know. Um, I guess the reason they're going to West Mids is because the 170, middle carriages and just the 170s are going from West Mids in general soon. Have any actually been I think some have actually been,
Yeah, 4 have.
yeah, have actually gone to to EMR, and the thing is, without though, they're not getting yet anyway any replacement stock for those four ones that they're
Mm.
missing. Chiltern have ruined the 172s, really. I mean, I think probably I would if the 165 is left, I would like to have 170s on our line if it was possible. I mean, Liam, have you ever done them?
Yeah, a couple of times. The
Okay,
Chiltern ones.
yeah.
Yeah, a couple of
Uh,
times.
I mean, me and Alfie did them in August when it was extremely hot, and they were. I mean, it was reliable. It was. I mean, it was comfortable. I mean, obviously there are
Yeah,
improvements, but it's
fine.
yeah, fine because they're basically. I mean, they're not new trains, but they're the new. I mean, they're new trains in Chiltern's fleet, but they're still. I think they're 10 years old now. 2010, 2011. I think they first.
Mm.
I don't know what you call. What do you say? Came into
Service.
service. Yeah, and yeah, but they haven't had a refurbishment since then at all. But I don't think the 165s have. I mean, the 168s had their mainline refurbishment. Um, the Chiltern Main Line is a bottleneck. If something goes wrong, everything is delayed. The Chiltern Main Line is a whole bottleneck throughout the whole network. I mean, the approach into Marylebone is to track the whole way, and it's a big. I mean, me and
Whole
Alfie,
bloody routes to track.
yeah. Well, apart from where they have the passing loops at some stations, but that doesn't really make a difference because me and Alfie well, a few years ago, had managed to get up in Marylebone and spoke to some of the staff members there who like the information controllers and things, and they said that it's just a massive. The approach to Marylebone is a massive bottleneck because in the peak when you have lots of trains going in, lots of trains going out, it's impossible to funnel those trains efficiently through the two tracks into the six platforms, which I think is, um, I mean, yeah. But I guess they do have I mean, they had the passing loops in South Ruislip, West Ruislip, I don't know where else. I mean, they got rid of them at Wickham, like Beaconsfield, Gerrards Cross, Prince of Risborough, but that still doesn't make that much of a difference, especially in peak, because yeah, yeah, I mean, and
Like one
Yeah.
morning, there was a 165, and it was 5 coaches, and the rear three decided to stop working. Front two coaches
yeah,
had to. This was Missenden. It was like 7 in the morning, so like
mm,
height of the morning peak, and it had to fully pull,
yeah.
basically double its weight and another carriage out of Missenden into
Is that
the.
the video that's on? Isn't that on our channel, or is that a different the
Yeah,
fact?
it's the same time, but it
Yeah,
had to pull it out, and it delayed the whole
Yeah, I remember.
line by about 40 minutes.
I mean, and especially when you get stuff happening at, at Neasden, there's essentially, so if something happens between Neasden and London, there is no way around it apart from running wrong line all the way from London to Neasden, which isn't even possible. So they just kind of got to pray and cross your fingers that nothing happens there, because if it does, then there's nothing they can do. The whole line is just blocked completely. Um, I think the rest of the line between, I think it is like like bi-directional, a lot of it though past Marylebone, but yeah, I think the first, I mean, you have yeah, as I said, you have the passing loops and the three platforms, and the four platforms at Banbury, things like that. They make you walk far at Marylebone, yeah, that's because they only have 6 platforms, so they have to divide each platform into to A and B, and then sometimes C, and make you walk, yeah, and because I mean, also because the three of the 6 platforms, platform 4, 5, and 6, are further down the station where the old sidings used to be, because Marylebone only used to be a 3 platform station. Yeah, it's ridiculous. CM176 says, yeah. But anyway, I think we'll move on to our next topic, which is that Transport for London agrees more funding. So, a short-term funding settlement from the government has been accepted by Transport for London. The deal was placed on the table at the end of last week, but the Mayor of London did not accept it immediately. There will be an additional £260 million in base funding, plus additional revenue support of around £225 million. This will be adjusted according to an actual fares income. Ticket sales could rise if lockdown restrictions are eased later in the spring, according to the government's provisional timetable / roadmap. And this funding will last until the 18th of May, which is my birthday. So, yeah, so we talked about TfL before loads of times, and obviously they mentioned the lockdown restrictions being eased. So from the Liam, you explain the rules. I don't even know anymore. Just the roadmap that they're talking about. Do you, yeah,
Yeah.
in terms of
So
trains.
29th of March is, they say to stay local or minimise travel. No, like,
Yeah.
yeah, and then 12 about 12, yeah, and
But
then
the
12
stay
about
at home,
everything.
so you can travel, but they're saying minimize it, but the stay at home message is lifted on that day, so you can travel, but obviously the guidelines are stay local, which we will be doing. I mean, we will be traveling, but we will be staying local, and then April the 12th is basically
Go where you want.
go where you want.
Yeah.
Wear a mask. I mean, the rules still apply with mask, social distancing, etc. But we'll see how that goes. I mean, what plans do we have for after lockdown? I mean, we're going to Birmingham one day.
I don't want to say the dates really.
Yeah, no, we're not going to say the
Okay.
dates, but like,
No.
I'll read out my calendar now.
okay,
Give us a sec.
yeah,
Just unlock my phone. Right. So, this is all in a week, by the way. It's not the week of the 12th, just
yeah,
Basingstoke, Birmingham, York, and then Ipswich. So that's all in a 5-day period.
yeah.
And then on that pre-day, I might go up to Birmingham as well.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean,
But
we'll see how that goes. There will be another lockdown. Well, that's what people think, but I think now in 176 with the vaccines, I think that we've done enough. We've done half the yellow population now. I think that
no, I reckon there will be another lockdown.
I reckon there will be, but I don't think it will be as bad.
July.
Or yeah, or I think, well, because no, the virus doesn't like hot weather, so I think if it's going to happen, it's going to be when it gets colder. Because that's what happened this year. Because when it started to get colder, we went into the October lockdown. Was it October? November? November lockdown, and then
November.
as it got extremely cold, we went into the this lockdown that we're in now. We've been in for 2.5 months, 3 months. But we'll see how it goes. We can't really make assumptions, but hopefully, we've got to hope that it doesn't happen, because they are kind of annoying by this point.
I'm fed up with it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, me
we all
too.
are. But I think at some point there's just got to be a point where people will just start getting fed up, or will just break the rules because they've learned to live with it. So
There's only so much people can
take.
before
Yeah.
they just go.
I went
Screw
where
this.
I wanted to go today. I socially distanced. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's what you want to do, really. I mean, I'm not gonna
Mm.
condone going. I'm not gonna say I'll go where you want because the guidelines are stay at home, but the rules are being lifted in a few days. So, yeah. I mean, we don't. It's kind of an. I think the worst part about it is they're not knowing. So like, oh, not knowing if there's going to be another lockdown, not knowing what's going to happen. So you can't plan trips so far in advance that because
Mm.
if you book advance tickets then you can't cancel them. So like, say I wanted to go, I don't know, Aberdeen in summer, and I booked an advance single now. There's no if there's a lockdown, then I wouldn't be able to cancel it because it's an advance single and yeah. So. I guess I guess it's the not knowing. Um, I mean, we haven't really got. I don't think we have anything. We don't have anything else. Um, we don't have anything big planned apart from when we go into York.
Mm.
But we'll see. I mean, you're allowed to go. Yeah, you're. I got used to it now. I don't want to go on holiday or go in pubs or restaurants. I think, I think I do want to go in pubs, restaurants, and I do want to go on holiday, but only when it's safe. I mean, not when it's safe. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, when it's safe, but only when it's allowed. Like, but I think the message you just got to be careful. Wear it like follow the rules, wear a mask on the trains
Mm.
and things like that. I mean, yeah. Anyway, I think yeah, we'll move on to our next topic now, which is that MPs are calling for a 30-year electrification program. So the government should launch a 30-year program of railway electrification if it is to meet the legally binding target of net zero carbon emissions by 2050, according to the House of Commons Transport Committee. The committee's chair has also criticised the continuing use of trains by some routes which are not fully accessible. So a new report from the committee points out that a former minister wanted to replace all diesel trains on the railway network by 2040, with the plan being unveiled in February 2018 when the Transport Minister, Joe Johnson, who is the Prime Minister's brother, said, I would like to see us take all diesel trains off the track by 2040. If that seems like an ambitious goal, it should be, and I make no apology for that. After all, we're committing to ending the sale of petrol and diesel cars by 2040. So, electrification is quite a hot topic on the road at the minute, and in the recent years we have seen lots of electrification taking place. So we have the Blackpool, we have
Mm.
lots of stuff in the north. So we have the Blackpool North Line, Manchester, uh, all around there, and the Scotland, Edinburgh to Glasgow. Um, there's probably loads more. Chiltern should be
Yeah.
electric, yeah, and lots of people are actually
Yeah.
campaigning for that now. I've seen it on Twitter that government, the MPs for the Chiltern line do want it to be electric, and I can see, and at this point, I can see that happening because yeah, I can see it happening full
Yeah.
stop because
Yeah.
I mean
She only
I
ran out of London,
yeah I've
not
mentioned
electric.
before that they've been raising the bridges, they've been
Yeah.
what else have they been doing? They've
Mm.
been improving their track, things like that. So yeah, like all day last weekend they've been replacing track and bridges to a green area, um things
Where
like
we're on the point of building railways,
okay
shall I send a video in the chat of the HS2 protesters? Because I've got a video of that
yeah
today. We can shot on the stream.
yeah.
Shall I send that now?
Mm.
Or you can just
All
send it
right.
to me and I'll download it and play it to everyone if you want.
I've sent it on the group chat, so it'll sending through in just a second.
Okay. Yeah, so what do you want to explain what you're talking about?
Yeah. Let's put the video up and I'll explain. It's about a minute long,
Okay.
just under a
Who's
minute.
in that chat? One little bit of track replaced, yeah. I mean it's better than nothing, it's a good start. And they've replaced all the track at Risborough and I think the line between Risborough and Biston he's doing as well, but we'll see how that goes. If
Oh,
Mm.
Chiltern
it's
got
40 seconds long.
okay, if Chiltern got 769s it would be a bumpy ride. I mean I highly doubt they would. Yeah, the rest is in an appalling state, I have to agree with that.
Mm.
Yeah, I think if Chiltern got seven, I don't think Chiltern would get 769. So, if anything,
No, I reckon Chiltern get new stock.
hmm
Yeah.
let me just add the video quickly. Where is it? Uh, let me just. Yeah. So what we're about to play is a video of the HS2 protesters in on the what is it? It's the A413, isn't it?
Yeah, the A413, just sort of south of Wendover. Is it playing?
No, because it is not
Just let me
working.
know.
I'll
'cause there's
just
a
I'll
bit
just
of a
screen
delay.
record it. I'll screen capture
Yeah,
it. I won't be able to hear the audio, but I don't think there is any audio you need to
yeah.
see. So
There's not really much to hear. Just the
yeah.
car engine.
So tell me if you can see this. Yeah, just tell me if you can see the video.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I'll play it.
Right. So I don't know how good the quality will be.
Yeah,
but
I mean
we'll go
it's
along with it.
fine.
Yeah. So basically,
I'll
we're going
pause
along
it
the
when
road
we
now,
get there.
and
So
yeah,
you
as you can see, if you look on your right, you'll be able to see sort of all the forts they've been building, which is just about here.
yeah.
It's like it's ridiculous how much they've built and how like stupid it looks. It's like
it's not
mental
yeah.
to see. They go up like really high as well,
So you can see
and
if
that's
you
like
can you see my mouse, or is it like
yeah.
yeah. So if you look at my mouse, I mean it's not very good quality, but because it's sent through
No, because it's
WhatsApp.
through WhatsApp.
Yeah. But you can see that's basically a tree house at the top of
Yeah.
the camp there, and apparently, I mean, I saw something on Facebook that they were meant to get evicted a few weeks ago, but I guess it
Yeah,
never
they were
happened.
supposed to be, but they didn't. Also, if you look on your right, left, I mean, sorry, there's also a little green fence, a massive green fence they've put up.
Yeah, and
Um,
they've called it an exclusion zone.
yeah, just to stop them from getting in. It's
Ian176 says he's
ridiculous.
looking forward to waving bye-bye to the loco sets. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm looking forward to it, but because
Don't
I
give
I'm
think
it.
not. I like the
no,
loco
I
set.
think the loco
Yeah, me
sets are
too.
some of are the best.
From a driver's point of view, in a 68, no, they're not the best. But from a passenger view,
Yeah,
especially if you know all the guards and stuff, you can
yeah.
get free business zone
Yeah.
all the way up to Birmingham, and that's really
Right.
comfortable.
Anyway,
So
I'll continue the video.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
the main entrance is here, so you can see all
That's
the.
not the main entrance.
Oh,
That's
isn't
the
it?
second
Oh,
entrance.
the second entrance then. Okay, but you can see all
Yeah,
well, I wouldn't call it graffiti because it's on their own structure,
yeah.
but
But
yeah.
just
So if
writing.
it was kind of hard to see, but on the left here basically is where they're actually doing HS2 work, where it's going to go over on the
Yeah,
flyover through Wendover, and
and that's sort of like coming
yeah,
up as sort of like the main entrance as well.
and they're
Like the
called
second entrance. That's
yeah.
probably the main entrance now. But
Yeah, so I can't really decide HS2, no HS2 you can see there.
yeah, HS. I think you said something like HS2 is a waste of your money and
Yeah.
time or something.
Yeah, so there's another entrance
Yeah,
there, basically a massive wooden gate, like it's basically
yeah.
a fort,
That's
and
the other entrance there.
yeah, you can see it.
Sort of.
Um,
It's mental. It's
mhm.
stupid. They're just sort of like they're just wasting their time really because they're not stopping. Like I can look out my window now and see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 massive floodlights shining down on the
Work
the
site at
site.
Missenden.
Yeah, the work site.
I'll show you I'll load up Google Earth and I'll show everyone the work site of
Yeah,
Missenden. But basically at Great Missenden, what they're doing is they've got a what is going to be is it the tunnel exit or is it the vent shaft at Missenden? I can't remember.
they're making a vent shaft in Amersham, and the
Yeah,
exit will be
between
just sort of after.
yeah. So I'll just
Yeah.
share Google Earth quickly, and where's Great Missenden here? So basically, if I share my screen, so what you can see on your screen now is okay, this is Great Missenden here. So this is the railway station, and yeah, you can see it. And this here, so this road basically is leading up to what will be. I'm not sure if this is a tunnel exit or tunnel entrance or yeah, Alfie, do you know if this is so you know at Great Missenden that where you go
Yeah,
from the roundabout, is
yeah.
that going to be a vent shaft or an actual like exit,
I think that's
like a
going to be
tunnel
a vent
exit?
shaft there.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
As you can see, can you see like that sort of square, like where the road's sort of going around, sort of
Where?
just after the straight ahead at the curve? There
Ye-
looks to be like sort of a square.
Yeah. I see what you
Like
mean.
if you move your mouse directly up,
Yeah,
that's like where it'd be.
yeah.
Sort of
No,
there.
no,
I think that's where the.
EN176 said tunnel exit, so yeah.
Oh really?
Oh,
I mean, I know there's a vent shaft. Can I turn this? Can I make this imagery any newer? Because it's a lot worse now than it's a lot worse now than it was in March 2020 for this
Yeah.
imagery. But if you look, uh, where is it? Yeah, no, you can't see it on this, but basically here now, yeah, here, exactly here. I've got a picture. Hold on, let me just find the picture and I'll.
It's further down. It's on the
Oh, is
bypass.
it? Oh,
Yeah. Keep on going towards Amersham.
yeah, no, you can see where they've started the work, but it's nowhere near as bad. It's
Yeah.
here. Um, it's nowhere near as
It's
bad.
there. It's in that field.
Yeah. Now it's even worse. I'll just find a
Yeah.
picture quickly.
They've built like a massive hole.
Yeah,
Like
massive. Like I wouldn't even describe it as a hole. It's like I wouldn't.
a crater.
Yeah.
It's sort of like the moon.
Right here
Like
are.
you can understand why people are like really annoyed at HS2, but personally, I'd just say to them, if I could have a conversation with them, just be like, give up hope. There's like no chance you're gonna
You see
beat them.
you see those little signs that are like stop HS2. I'm sorry, but they're not that's not
Yeah.
gonna have an effect on absolutely
no.
anything. Like
Like it's sort of like the vegans against like the people,
yeah.
the lorry drivers who take the
EN176 says the
animals to
HS2
slaughter.
protesters should be bullied out.
I agree. They're all like
Right. Yeah. So if you
weird.
so on the screen now you can see a picture I got this was in the summer of what they're doing between Little Missenden and Great Missenden. Jesus, between Amersham and Great Missenden. So here basically, and the current train line runs along here, and then through to Great Missenden. Basically, what you can see is this is going to be a vent shaft, and they've got so they basically dug this whole thing. It's even worse now because this was in the summer, but I don't have any more recent images, but it's atrocious. I mean, Liam hasn't seen it, so he doesn't know what we're talking. I mean, doesn't know what we're talking about, but like
Doesn't understand the true extent.
the true extent as to what they
Yeah.
basically. So where my mouse is now, where you can see that dump truck, I guess, which are a lot bigger than they seem. They're moving pylons in them. Yeah, they're moving pylons in a lot of places in 176.
Yeah,
Rumor has
especially in the
it
Wendover
that
area.
rumor has it that years later after HS2 you may be able to use your contrast noise cards by HS2. Gee, I don't think I couldn't. I don't think that would happen. I don't think that you would be able to use contactless and Oyster on HS2. I
Maybe
mean,
to Old Oak, but like
maybe
nothing
that may
further
be
than that.
pointless though. Yeah. So
Yeah.
where this dump truck is now, basically they've replaced that with a load of portable cabins into offices, and I can
Yeah.
it's hard. I mean, I guess I see the HS2 protesters' point because they have done a lot of damage, which
To like the
can't be
wildlife
which can't
sort of
be
environment.
which can't be redone at
Mended.
all.
Yeah.
Like
Um,
permanent damage. But again, it links back to the subject from like a railway point of view. That I read somewhere that UK what's it called, UK rail capacity is going to be up to like 99% in like 2026. So it's sort of preparing for the future, if you know what I mean.
yeah, hopefully. I mean, obviously we'll see how that goes after COVID, but like hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully it goes. I mean, I think leisure travel will definitely be the first thing to recover rather than business travel because obviously more things are moving to online work and
Yeah.
things like that.
I read the other day that the people who've been working at home have been more productive than at
Yeah,
work,
I mean,
because
obviously,
at work,
there are pros and cons, but like,
yeah, because at work you'd just be like,
yeah,
I go to work at like 9 a.m.
yeah,
and leave at 5 p.m.
mhm,
and like as soon as 5 p.m. hits, you're going home
yeah.
because you got
And I
stuff.
guess
But
that links to electrification as well, which is a topic which we kind of
yeah,
diverge from a lot. But
yeah,
electrification hopefully will get the railways moving quicker, more trains, and things like
because
that. So
electric trains obviously have faster acceleration than like
yeah.
diesel trains.
Yeah, anyway, we spent a lot of time on that topic, but it doesn't matter anyway. Yeah, we'll move on to our second to last topic now, which is that a train and platform have been seriously damaged in a Merseyrail collision. So this was 2 weeks ago, literally just after we finished our podcast on the Saturday, 30th of March, which is
Like within
13th of
20 minutes
March.
after finishing the
Yeah,
podcast.
we saw it. Cheaper to work at home, but yeah, M1 services, I guess you could argue, there's not as much collaborativeness and,
Yeah.
things like that
Yeah,
in the
what I was saying
office,
about
but
working at home, like if you're at home, your boss could like just keep on going at you. You need to get this done today, and
yeah.
because you're at home, you're like more comfortable and you'll
Who
do the work.
Yeah, I mean, obviously
Yeah.
there's also a counter argument to that, which is at work, at home, they don't actually know if you're doing your work. Like, but
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know.
if you're not, you'll get fired.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So anyway, yeah. So literally 10 minutes after we did our podcast last time, we found about this. So Kirby Station, which was closed for repairs after a train, so a Merseyrail train, I think is a 508, isn't it? Is it 507? 508, I think.
507.
Oh, crashed into the buffers in the platform at 8:35. So we don't know exactly what happened. What we do know is the train entered the station at 42 mile an hour, I think it was, um, before an emergency brake application happened. And obviously, we're not going to go into why it could have happened because it's bad to I don't know, speculate about that. But luckily, there were no injuries or no serious injuries anyway. The driver was okay. But this is not actually the first time that this exact same event has happened. So in the 20th of 1980s, 1990s, the exact same thing happened with a 507 when it was BR. And obviously, I guess it's history repeating itself. I mean, we can't really say much until we actually know what happened. The same unit,
Mm.
yeah. The same unit was involved in a buffer stop. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that was if it has something to do with the unit or if it was just purely coincidental. But
or driver error.
or
So
driver error, yeah. But I mean, have you two ever done Merseyrail or
no.
No,
okay?
never.
I've done it once, but a long time ago, and I don't really remember. I mean, also they're getting their new 777s, which is a very cool number. Now, I mean, not yet. Liam? Do you know when they're coming into service? The 777s.
Sometime this year.
Yeah. So
Sometime this year.
we'll see how that. And I think they do look very nice because obviously these 507s are getting very old now, and even though they have had some recent refurbishments. Why didn't the TPWS stop the train? Yeah, I mean, it could be something to do with the brakes or something like that.
Or it could have been going like too fast to stop in time.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the platform is TPWS fitted, but you probably know
Yeah.
more about that than us, the M176. So yeah, but I've done all of Merseyrail, M176. That's good.
Yeah.
That's definitely something that we need to do. Because
Mm.
it's relatively easy to do as well because we can just get a quick Avanti to Liverpool and then I mean, that's easier said than done. But like yeah. But
We've got plans for Avanti though, so
yeah, but it'd be interesting to see to do Merseyrail with the 507s, 508s, and the 777s. But Kirby Station is now reopened after very quick repairs by Network Rail. But if you don't know, basically Kirby Station has two ends. So one is Merseyrail into Liverpool, and one is Northern, and they're separated by just a wall basically, and they just kind of face each other, but they don't join. So the Merseyrail 507 has gone through the buffers here towards the northern train, which you can see kind of the end of the tracks on. If you look at the very left of the photo, you can see the tracks of the northern part of the station. But yeah, it's good no one was hurt. And by the way, Alfie, your favourite train manager was on my train the other day.
oh, we all know who that is.
Yeah, smiley face. Smiley face, Elon 76 said. So, yeah. Anyway, I think we'll move on to our next and final topic now, which is that, again, for how many times we cover this on the channel now, but there is no end in sight for the Eurostar crisis. So the future of Eurostar is still uncertain after the international operator was brought close to failure by COVID-related restrictions on international travel. So the train timetable, as we've mentioned 20 times before, was cut to just one daily train each way between London, Brussels, Amsterdam, and Paris. So Eurostar is basically on the brink of collapse at this point. So the story is nobody wants because I think are they actually I think they are a English company or yeah, a
No,
British
they're
No, they're mostly
company.
French.
French.
Oh, but because they're
England
half
doesn't
owned,
actually have
they're
a.
owned by SNCF or they're partly owned by SNCF, and then some of it
Yeah,
is like other companies. But basically the story because they're international, nobody wants because they don't know what the French government don't want to give them money to like
yeah.
support them, and neither do the British government.
Well, the Network Rail doesn't have any like shareholding in the
Yeah,
Eurostar.
and it's because they're
It's
not
all
even.
private
I
owned.
Mm.
mean, they're run on a HS1, which is not not for normal trains. Basically, you have to have special trains to run on it with the TVM signaling, which is not French technology, but was first used in France. So with the TGVs, so technically, I mean HS1 is a lot more European than because obviously it's 1/4 and everything like that. SNCF confirmed French music starts playing. Yeah, yes, okay, and yeah, I mean. We've talked about it so much before that there's no point in really going into any detail, but I guess it's sad to that they haven't got the support yet that they needed, and I think it's at least that I think it's good that that they're still running. I mean, I think I don't think they would I don't think they would collapse, but they've been very close to it at some points, and
Mm.
I mean, yeah, to see them collapse would be horrible because I think it's like 90% of cross-channel traffic goes by the
Yeah,
Eurotunnel, which is what
I mean,
Eurostar.
if Eurotunnel closes, like, what's going to happen to it? You
Yeah,
can't just
it will
close
just
it.
flood basically because they have to pump the water out,
Yeah,
and if they turn the pumps off, it will just flood. So
yeah,
um, yeah, and that wouldn't be good. So
would not.
yeah, I mean, would any of you like to describe your experiences on Eurostars? I mean, I know Liam's have an interesting one. So yeah, Liam, describe your experience with Eurostar when you got stuck in the Channel Tunnel?
Not fun at all. It was an unrefurbed 373 in the middle of the night, full of kids from
Smelly.
Disneyland. Yeah,
Smelly.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
And full of little kids running around the train, and it was
yeah.
horrible.
I mean, I've
Yeah,
never really had a bad experience on Eurostar. I mean, Alfie got free tickets on Eurostar to Lille, which
Yeah.
is on our channel somewhere. Uh, yeah, we explained ours. What do you mean, Someone Transport 466? Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So, we did start a bit late today, but it's coming up to 8 o'clock, which is basically the time we would normally go for 45 minutes. So, I think that is going to be the end of the Downfast. I've only been on 374s Eurostar. I think it's 373s that are the old ones, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah, it
374s are
is.
the new Siemens ones. So yeah, I think that was going to be the end of episode 21 of the Down Fast podcast here on the Chiltern Trainspotters. So it's goodbye from me.
It's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me.
So yeah, we'll be back hopefully next Saturday at 7 p.m. Well, it's Easter, so I don't know. But yeah, and yeah, so we'll see you later and goodbye.